What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? It's that time. 2024 is almost gone. So, before we let the go get out of here, we got to do some of these top 10 things, top 10 videos. So, I have the top 10 relationship. Uh, I done messed up, so I'm going to stop. Nope, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to keep rolling. All right, cut. Wait a minute. What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Lucho here again. 2024 is almost out of here. It is almost gone. This year just flew by. But before we go, we got all these top 10 lists. So I have the top 10 relationship things that we need to leave in 2024. We need to leave these things back in 2024. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, number one, well, you know the truth. Let me jump out here real quick. The truth is, there's really no particular order. Those things, they just need to be left behind. All right, number one, trying to change your spouse. Can't change your spouse. Over time, your spouse will change, but you are not the one that's going to be able to change them. So, if you've been married for any amount of time, let's say, 20 years or so, that person that you met 20 years ago, they're not the same person. They have changed. They haven't matured. So they have changed on their own. But a lot of people feel like if they force a person to change and do it at their own pace and their own speed, you think have your way, nah, not really gonna happen. And if you notice, a lot of men, the person they marry, they don't want them to change. They want them to stay the same. And then women, on the other hand, they constantly have a list of different things that they want their husband to change. But let's just go ahead and leave it. Let's leave it here. Leave it in 2024. That man ain't gonna change. That woman ain't gonna change to what you want them to have. All right, just appreciate what you have. So you still can pray, but a lot of times, if you want something to change, you should start with you. Start with you, and especially if you're a believer, let God lead you to be the best that you can be. More than likely, God is going to work on that person and get them to the place where you both can live in harmony. All right, going on number two. Mind reading. Say it again. Mind reading. Nobody can read your mind. All right. Women, men cannot read your mind. Men in general do not pick up a lot of the clues that a lot of women, they think they be throwing clues out there and they think men get it. No. In general, that's what I'm talking about. In general, men do not pick up those clues. Women, yes, you guys have these thoughts, these clues that you guys throw out, and you pick up on them. And sometimes, hey, you say that your husband may ask you something, and what's wrong, and you say nothing. Okay, most of the time, again, we're talking in general. In general, men take what you say at face value. So what you say is what he thinks you mean. So that's what you should say what you mean and mean what you say. That's how we think. Think a lot of times is logically. So if you say something, that's really believing that's what you're saying. Or on the other hand, you can be the type of person that try to send clues and send hints and all that kind of thing. Well, that ends up getting that relationship in trouble. So now you taught your husband that now what you say is not really what you mean. So now he's trying to guess and anticipate and try to figure out what you're saying, Now that kind of messes up things for you. So, let's go back to say what you mean and mean what you say, and people cannot read your mind. So let's leave that mind reading stuff. Let's leave it back in 2024. All right. On number 3, trying to make your husband your girlfriend. Your husband is a man and he is not your girlfriend. Say it again. Your husband is not your girlfriend. Leave that in 2024. Now, if you need your man, no, not your man. Let's say it's certain things. Of course, I'm not saying don't spend time with your spouse. I know women, you want to spend time with your man. Men, you want to spend time with your women. But there's certain things that it needs to stay in a certain place. It's certain things that women should do together. Certain things men should do together. Now women, if you got a husband, I'm trying you. I think this would be a good example. Women, if you got a husband that likes to hunt, you don't like to hunt. You don't want to kill nothing, but he's want to force you to be your buddy. He's going to force you to go hunting. He's going to force you to go out in the woods for a couple of hours and stand up, be up in a tree somewhere in the cold and all this carrying on. Cause I can't do it. I don't see myself doing it. But imagine your husband trying to get you to do it because he wants you to be his buddy, and vice versa. You want him to be his girlfriend. So now he's got you up in a tree, and now you're gonna either shoot the deer or bow and arrow or whatever. You kill the deer, and then you got to go down there and they need to clean the deer, cut the head off, and gut it. That is something that you do not want to do. So he wants to do that with his buddies. So now he's trying to force you to be an outdoorsman. So you see what I'm saying? So if that's not you a girly girl, it's not, hey, feminine, I don't know, and I always can get in trouble by trying to appease, but you know what I'm trying to say is you want to be a woman, a soft woman with your nails. Don't want you to get the nails. You don't want to get blood all under your fingernails. Got to go get your nails. You got to get it touched up and all that kind of thing. You don't want to do all that. So you see that your husband wants you to be his buddy. So that's the same thing. A lot of times women want their husbands to be their girlfriend. And sometimes what really agitates men the most is like, really, we're talking about heterosexual men. It's like how can I say this? An unspoken line. There's like this line that we don't want to cross. Like, okay, I'm straight on this side. Anything over this side is questionable, or it could be gay. If the gay people want to do that, let gay people do that. I'm staying away from them. I'm refraining from doing anything. All those types of things. A straight man do not want to do anything close to be thinking is gay or feeling like he's being gay or anything like that. He wants to be a man. Okay, women, so let your husband be a man. So if he feels uncomfortable doing things that he feels like he's going to be, gay, I'm not trying to say that in any kind of derogatory way, anything like that. But I'm saying a heterosexual straight man, he's wanting to stay away from anything that brings him in, feel like being a woman or feel like he's being gay. So as you really want to get on a man's skin, try to make him do some women things like that. So, hey, what happens a lot of times, women want their man to be their girlfriend or something. They want their man to be their gay guy. They might have a gay guy that was a friend that did all these different things, and now they want their straight husband to do the same thing. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. Hang it up. Hang it up. Now, if your husband like doing those things, okay, he might be getting kind of close, or I guess I might use the wrong word. Sometimes I call it metrosexual. These men that start doing a lot of feminine things, getting the nails done. I'm not talking about just a manicure. I'm talking about actually getting polished and walking around with a man purse. Anything that's getting really close to blending in to doing the things that women do. Straight men don't want that. We stand away from that. we flee and we're running from that as fast as possible. So don't force that on your man. If you want to be a straight, strong man, let him be a straight man. There's certain things that he is not going to want to do with you. All right, let's leave it. Your man is not your girlfriend. Your man is not your gay friend. Leave that. Leave that back in 2024. All right, we're moving on. No, that's gonna get me in some trouble, but say. All right. Stop trying to win an argument. It causes more harm than good. Stop trying to win an argument in your relationship. Can we agree with that? So what's the point? So a lot of times when you go through trying to win an argument, you end up hurting the other person. A lot of times you feel like you have to. I'm just coming from a man's point of view. This is my opinion. There's a lot of men that are able to let stuff go. But I think a lot of women can't let stuff go. So they don't want to be wrong. There's no way I got to be right. Got to prove my husband is wrong. And even our society is talking about here in America, our society have a lot of TV shows, showing how dumb the man is, or how dumb the husband is, or how how more smart and more superior that the woman is, and that got ingrained into a lot of women's heads. So they think they're smarter, and then if they're in a particular argument and they're saying that they are found to be wrong, there's no way I can't be wrong. I can't be wrong to this inferior thinking person. They say women use both sides of the brain and the man just uses on one side. So yes, we are smarter. So there's no way this husband of mine is smarter than me. Just let that go. That's just crazy. That's nonsense. But a lot of times that's what it is. They're holding on to that. I got to be right. There's no way that I'm wrong. So I think, again, this is me. This is opinionated show. My opinion. My opinion is, and I've seen a lot of videos where women, it hurts them. Someone said it hurts them to their soul to be proven wrong by their husband. So there's no way, no how they rather go to their dying bed to be found and to admit that they were wrong in any situation. So that's not healthy to a relationship. So that's me. I'm just saying, stop trying to win an argument. You are supposed to be one. When the husband and wife come together, you become one. And if one person try to harm the other one, you are harming the whole entire relationship. So let's let it go. Don't worry about trying to win an argument. Your main focus is having a strong marriage, a strong relationship. And if just letting arguments go, or if the other person think they won and that they didn't, let it go. It's not that important to try to win an argument. So leave winning our arguments in 2024. Moving on. Number 5, thinking marriage is only for happiness. I've said this many times. Many times I've said this. A lot of people believe, they could be all sad and upset, and they think if we get married, that's going to solve all of my problems. That is not true. That is not true. If you go into a marriage broken, if you go into a marriage with problems, with issues, that other person is not going to be able to fix you. If you're going into that relationship unhappy, that other person is not going to be able to help you. You have to bring your own happiness. BYOH. Bring your own happiness. If you don't bring your own happiness, you can be upset. You can cause the other person to be upset. So now, marriage is not the end all. Yes, get married and live happily ever after. Whatever problems you bringing in, just what problems you're gonna have to deal with in the marriage. If you're broken person, the spouse, a broken person, automatically starting off with a broken marriage, unhappy marriage. If you start off happy, both of you already happy, now you can build on that and continue to build a happy marriage. But don't expect and think that the marriage is the one that's going to be the source of happiness. It's a work in progress. So just saying I do, you know, you thinking you can live happily ever. When you say I do, that's not the end. You know, some people think, when I get married, that's the end of the process. No, that's the beginning. That is day one. That's the beginning. That courting, that dating and engagement, that was a fun times. A lot of that's fake. But when the rubber hits the road, when you say I do, Pastor, you say when you say I do, you through. So now you have to build. Now you have to learn this person. You have to learn to live with this person. You have to make the choice. You make the decision to be happy. You made a decision that I'm going to still be committed, whether I'm happy or not. It shouldn't be based off happiness. You shouldn't have gotten married off a feeling of happiness or not happiness, because your feelings are going to continue to change every day. If you base your marriage off of happiness and now one day you're not happy no more, now you're going to say, oh, God, I'm not in love anymore. You built your marriage off the wrong thing. You should get married off of purpose. Get married off the purpose, God's purpose. All right, moving on to number 6, putting people and things before your spouse. Woo. I said it. Woo, woo, woo. Don't put people and things before your spouse. You know what? Don't put nobody. When you say I do, it should be God, your spouse, and then the children and other people, not other people. A lot of people, they put their, I guess what, some people, mama's boy, that some of the men still put their mothers before their wife. There's some women that put their they put their fathers before their husband. They constantly go to their father and ask them for stuff. They still ask for advice from their father. They still put their father first instead of their husband. And then sometimes when you have children, a lot of parents put their children before their spouse. Your child is going to be with you for around 18 years, living with you around 18 years. That can be your responsibility for 18 years, but your spouse is with you for the rest of your life. So if you get married in your 20s and you die in your 80s, that's 60-something years. So that's 60-something years you're supposed to be together, but you are with your children for around 18. So don't take that 18 years and mess up the last 30, 40 years, of your marriage. That marriage, your marriage comes first. Your marriage, your husband and your wife, y'all need to be one. So y'all need to move as a unit. That's marriage, moving as a unit, as a couple. Y'all make decisions as a couple. Y'all raise the kids as a couple. And then you continue to build that relationship as a couple. So when you was a couple, when you make that child, you should be a couple raising that child. And then when that child leaves, you should still be even stronger couple after they left. So you can have way more years without the children than you do with the children. So remember, God wants you to put that marriage first and don't put other things before them. And then when you're spending time, it's supposed to be the time, couples night, or we spending time with each other. Sometimes you got to let other things go or take care of that person first. Take care of that. Don't, going on vacation or you spending the morning or something with the person, and the first thing you do, I need to go take care of this person. I need to call my dad. I need to call my mom. I need to do all these other things first, and you haven't, taken time with your spouse. That's showing you your priorities. If you wake up and you start taking care, calling other people, doing other things, texting other people, you already show that those other things or those other people has a priority over, because many times that spouse is laying right beside you. So what we're doing, we are putting other people first, leaving that back in 2024. We're not taking that into 2025. Moving on. Being independent. Yep. Being independent. Yep, I said it. I said it. I said it again. Being independent. When you get married, you are not independent. A lot of people they think that's a pride. That's something a cause of pride for people to have pride. Especially women, because you never hear men talking about they're independent, but you mostly hear women saying that they are independent or they the boss, they in charge. Men are not looking for that. Husbands are not looking for that. Nor they are looking for dependency. They want you to depend on them. But the but, you know what the but is? You are not to be independent. You're to be self-sufficient. So there's a difference between being independent and being self-sufficient. Self-sufficient, you can take care of yourself. Yeah, that's when you were single, you were self-sufficient. You held it down. You made sure everything was taken care of. And then when you got married, you was dependent. You was dependent on your spouse. And that goes both ways. That goes both ways. So when you get married, that husband should be able to depend on his wife. And the wife should be able to depend on their husband. They shouldn't be independent. So a lot of people, they are going into marriage, they have that independent mentality. And then when they get married, they try to bring it to marriage. A lot of men, they don't even want to talk to women that's talking about that independent talk. Because a husband wants his wife to be dependent on him and the children to be dependent on him. Not to, like to beg, but it's his job to give up his life, to give up everything. When a husband, a true husband, housebound, this is what husband means, housebound, the one that binds the house together, the one that holds the house together. He has to have the people to be dependent on him, and they have to, there's another word, that's submissive. Whew, I know we get into that. They think, some people think it's a bad word. Be submissive, women. Be submissive to the mission. Be submissive to the mission that God has given your husband. And the children, they should be submissive and obedient to their mother and their father, to the mission of that family. It's not a bad word, but the wife needs to be dependent on the husband. The husband needs to be dependent on the wife. You cannot be independent in a conjoined, holy one union marriage. You're dependent on each other. So we're leaving this independent stuff in 2024, even as believers. That's when you're saying you're independent, again, that's not the right attitude. You should be dependent on our Savior. We should be dependent on God. We are not dependent on ourselves. We should be dependent on God. And then if we have a spouse, we should be dependent on our spouse. And then if that spouse is not, if we don't have a spouse, or the spouse is not around, we should be self-sufficient. What I mean, we should be able to take care of ourselves. Let's say the wife goes out of town. That husband need to be self-sufficient. He should be able to take care of stuff if the wife is not there. He should be self-sufficient enough to be able to take care of the kids if the wife's not around. And vice versa. If the husband goes out of town, everything shouldn't just fall apart. He should be not independent, he should be self-sufficient. You should be able to handle yourself. You should be able to do stuff by yourself. But that's not independent. That's self-sufficient. And then when you get back together, you're going to be dependent on each other again. But you can't get to the point where some people are so dependent on the other person. When that person's not around, everything falls apart. Or like, oh man, you just got to be, a drain, you're a burden because you can't do nothing without me. Now people don't want that either. So it's a balance. Most everything in life is a balance. It's a balance of having self-sufficiency and independency. Don't depend on the person too much either. All right. So we leave it independence. We don't need that. No. You got to be dependent on somebody. All right. Moving on. Holding on to a stale love language. I know people get mad at me for saying it. But I said it. I'm gonna say it again. We need to let go in 2024 and leave it in 2024, holding on to some stale love language. What I mean by that? What do I mean by a stale love language? When I was thinking about this, it was like it's not even a love language, but this little analogy came to me about my mom. Yes, yeah, I lost my mom this year. But she used to tell a story how when she was growing up, it was they didn't have a lot, and sometimes when they would have chicken, I think she would only get like a wing, maybe the neck. I can't remember. I'll have to ask my sisters about. I knew something about the neck. She might have got the neck and a wing, so it wasn't much. But see, yeah, she got the wings. So when she got older, she was able to buy any parts of the chicken. So she upgraded. She started liking the wings. So I'm gonna sidestep real quick. A lot of times the love languages are something that you are lacking, something that you're lacking, or something that the person's lacking. So when you go through the list, like what are your love languages, is what the person has not gotten and they would like to get. So that's that's a love language. So that's why it changes. And some people get stuck on that. So, okay, going back to the story. So let's say, okay, now my mom started getting the breast. So she's able to afford the breast, and she was, able to afford the breast and all that. So then let's say her husband, okay, her love language, she loves breasts. So he starts to get her every time he goes where get her some chicken breasts, or try to surprise her with some chicken breasts. I'm just there's just other examples like flowers or chocolate or different things that a husband will find out what his wife's love language is, or something like that particular things. A lot of times, like I said, it's something that was lacking. So now my mom, over time, she started not liking chicken breasts. Like, kind of like me. That's one reason I don't like chicken breasts. Is like it's what's it? Russian roulette. It's 50-50 because sometimes it can be juicy, and it seems like more than none is like it's dry, and I don't like dry chicken. So the odds are, if I eat any other piece of chicken, the odds of it not being dry, other than the chicken breast. So I had some juicy chicken breasts. I don't know how we got on chicken breasts. I've had some juicy chicken breasts, but I prefer any other piece other than the breast. So I believe my mom got to that same analogy. I mean, not analogy. She came to the same conclusion. It's like, now I've been getting all these breasts, and I keep on running across these dry chicken breasts. So I like wings. So she went back to the wings where she started. At first, she didn't want wings because that's all she was able to have. So then, when she got married, she let her husband know she liked chicken breast. So he got that love language. Her love language is chicken breast. So a lot of men, we don't like to change. Remember, we don't like to change. You tell us something, we sticking with it. So if you tell us your love language is chicken breast, we getting you chicken breast. You tell me your love language is chocolate, you're getting chocolate. You say you like flowers, you're getting flowers. But sometimes that gets stale. What I mean by getting stale, sometimes that changes. So my mom's changed. She wanted chicken breast because she wasn't able to have access to anything else. Then when she got it, she really didn't want it anymore. So imagine a woman saying that her love language is chocolates, and her husband spend next 5 years buying her chocolate. Now she's got to the point she's tired of chocolate. It's like, oh my goodness, he done bought me every kind of chocolate the world has to offer. I'm tired of chocolate. And she might not even know it. Chocolate not her love language no more. And now she's tired of the chocolate, and she's ready to do something else, move on. But her husband, my wife's love language is chocolate. I got to keep getting the chocolate. So he's stuck on that. And the wife is like, okay, I know he's trying to do, be nice and give him my love language, but that's not what I knew. I don't want that anymore. So that's why I say it's got stale. Now she's changed, she's moved on, but a lot of times we get stuck on repeating the same thing over and over. We got to keep on doing it because we learn it. And this, I guess, this is a message mostly to the men. But I say women too, because you have to reevaluate yourself and speak up and let us know. But wait a minute. So, yeah, you got to speak up and let us know that is, like, if it's changed, let us know that it changed. If you want something different, or just sometimes you just need to look back. So anyway, the point of it, I said, leave the stale love languages back in 2024, because some things has changed, but sometimes we get stuck on we think we know something, we think that's what you want, that's what you're gonna get. You're gonna keep on get it. That's what I need to do to make her happy. That's what I need to do, to make sure I'm not causing the static. That's what I need to do, make sure I'm not blocking anything, all that kind of stuff. So men gonna continue to do the same thing. And like I said, if that love language was something you want because you was lacking it, and now it's been fulfilled, now it's got to the point where, okay, so now it's been fulfilled. Now I done got tired of it. Now I don't want it anymore. Now that means that love language has gotten stale. So let's leave stale love languages in 2024. Let's sit down and talk, and let's see what you want. If you change everything, the stuff that you want, let it be known. For some people, oh man, he's so nice and he's been doing this for so long. I don't want to stop him, but I want to let him know that I'm sick of this chocolate. You got to let him know. So now you can start having an attitude. You can start treating him some kind of way. And he's like, man, you've been happy for the last 5-6 years. Why are you not happy all of a sudden? I think it's end up and cause more problems than good by trying to not hurt their feelings. Like, we got to open up and be truthful. Number 9, false understanding of the meaning of being submissive. Yes, I told you we was coming back to that. The false misunderstanding of being submissive. Yes, we talked about it a little bit. So just real quick, being submissive is, again, what if you got that? I'm Miss Independent. I'm Miss Boss Lady. I'm a bad B. I'm all of this. I'm all of that. And you are trying to get married where it requires submission. Both people got to submit to each other. But the independent woman, being submissive is not in that category. It's not going to work. So you have to let it go and be able to submit to your husband. And what you're really not submitting to a man, especially if a godly man, if that godly man is submitted to God, submissive to God. So now when you as a wife being submissive, you are submitting under that same submission that he has to God. So you're being submissive to God to your husband for God, and vice versa. God told him to give his life for his wife. That's even more than being submissive. He's giving his life, and it's basically the purpose. So it's not feelings. Like I said earlier, you're not to get married off of feelings. You should get married off of purpose. So the man should find out what his God-given purpose is and start walking in that purpose. And then his wife to be needs to find out, number one, does she want to help him in that purpose? That's first. Yes, we start off, if she's pretty or attractive, yes, he's handsome and attractive, yes, should stop right there. Now, where are you going in life? I'm going, this is where God is directing me in my life. This is my purpose. So now the woman should find out, can she line up with that purpose? Can her purpose line up with his purpose? If that is not the case, don't go no further. Don't fall in love. Don't waste your time. You can have problems in the end. And then I just touched on this word, helper. Have you noticed? Think about this. A lot of women, like I said, they don't like the word submissive. When God made Adam, he said he was going to give him a helper. And from that helper, he took that helper from his side. So that Adam had to shed, Adam was an innocent man that had to shed blood to get his wife. And his wife was his helper, his helpmate. Or this other word, Ezer, E-Z-E-R, Hebrew word for helper. That's a powerful word. I don't think women really understand that powerful word. Do you know who else God used that word for? Jesus, Yeshua, Yahuwah. When he was leaving, he said he was going to send Ezer, a helper. He was going to send all his people a helper. That same word that he used, that God used, that he was going to send a wife to be the helper to the husband, is the same word that our God said he was going to send his people. So when you are weak and you need a helper, somebody to help you lean on, that's the husband. That's God sent the wife. As spiritually, as a believer, when you get weak, you need somebody to need help from, need somebody to lean on. That's the Holy Spirit. They use the same word. God used the same word for helper to describe the Holy Spirit to come help his people, his believers, as the same word as he used that he was going to send a helper to the man. The same word. That's a powerful word. So women need to understand that. So women, I just want you to think about that. How powerful that is. How powerful that is. Some people, women think, I'm not going to step down. I'm not going to be Lord in him. God is not looking for you to be Lord in him. But think about that. I want you to look it up. Go study it. Look at what the Holy Spirit is supposed to do. And then look at what a wife is supposed to do. Just take a look at it. That's all. I'm going to leave it at that. Okay. So leave that false understanding back in 2024. And number 10, stop treating your body as your own. I'm talking to married couples. Woo, talking to married couples. As I go around this country, and not really country, yeah, there's still a lot of places I go, and I hear a lot of stories and videos there, especially believers, or men that's trying to do right. The women cut them off. I show this video how this it's a funny video where the wife is getting into bed. She got metal plates. Covering her chest, a metal pot covering her butt. She got a metal plate in between her legs, and she taped her legs together, kind of like, don't touch me. It's like, I think it's somewhere, it's like 80% of married, I'm talking about believers, marriages, they don't touch each other. A lot of times the women, the wives don't allow or barely allow their husband to touch them. And they wondering why they don't have a good marriage. They wonder why the husband acting crazy, got attitude, why he used to do this and he used to do that and he used to do all these different things. His wallet used to be open, and now I got to beg to get stuff out of his wallet. Because if some of you, not everybody, but some of you, think about it. If he's got to beg in bed, you may be the ones that's begging to do stuff outside of the bed. Just think about it. If you know, some don't. Some men is still like just whatever, just here, just he can continue to do his duty as his husband and just give, even if she's not giving anything back. Even yeah, even if she's not giving anything back, he's still just going to continue to give. I made this commitment to be a good husband and be a good father, whether I'm treated, um, with honor and respect and submission, any of that. So a lot of men living like, no, he's not getting no respect in the house, not getting treated right, not being doing right, but he's still moving forward. And then a lot of women, if they got married off of happiness, I think they said, 80-90% of the marriages are foul by women. And most of the time it's because they said they're not happy off that feeling. Men are going to stay there and be a strong father, a strong husband, a faithful husband, whether he's happy or not. And we understand that happiness is just a feeling, a temporary feeling. It comes and goes. Sometimes you're going to be happy. Sometimes you're going to be sad. We don't base our relationships. We don't base our marriage. We don't base our life off that feeling of happiness. So we're thankful for the happy moments, but we're not going to base our life on that. We base our life on decisions, especially if a strong man know his purpose, is built on the purpose or the mission. This is the mission. This is where we're going. We're not going to be happy every single day along the way. It's going to be some tough times. It's going to be times I'm going to get hurt. I'm going to get knocked down. Might break a leg. Man, we understand there's some pains. And I really believe a lot of that is taught during sports. There's a lot of pains that you have to go through to make it across that line. I think a lot of, not, everybody don't have to play sports, but I think a lot of people who don't understand the types of things that you go through in sports, they don't understand, push through the pain. I got some TikToks talking about, making it through the pain. There's purpose on the other side of pain. Pain is part of life. So if we always trying to avoid the pain, or, we need to divorce the pain, we need to divorce because we're not happy, it's not going to work. So we're going to leave that. What I started off, what I was saying is, stop treating your body as your own. The Bible says, the husband's body belongs to the wife, and the wife body belongs to the husband. So, hey, that's where we go. We're going to leave that there. So starting today, starting 2025, if you have to repent to your spouse, husband, if you have to repent to your wife and give your body back to your wife, wives, if you have to repent to your husband and give your body back to your husband, and if there might be some issues, work through the issues and learn how to understand how that other person's body works. A lot of times that person, may be going through suffering. And sometimes some women and men, when some women know their husbands are suffering, some they just don't care or deal with it. And same thing, husbands their wives are lacking in some areas. Y'all need to open your mouth and spend some time, talk to each other, work it out. You need to talk to each other and work it out. You should have that desire to have a long lasting, loving marriage through thick and thin. So you made a commitment, you made a vow. You made a vow to God that it's like you made a life and death covenant. Wasn't with the pastor. You made that covenant to God. And that during that covenant, you said, through death do you part. So what does that mean? You either die of old age, you die, or if you break the covenant, you should die. You're basically saying, God, if I break this covenant with my spouse, like I said, Monta, it's like it's high percentage, between 70 and 90% of divorces are filed by women. So women really need to pay attention to this. You made this vow to God that you can kill me if I break this contract. You can kill me if I break this marriage up. So, man, if you thought that divorce rate would drop, and there's some certain countries, I think I seen like North Korea right now. I think I just saw a story. I just saw a story about a couple that was, I think they were getting killed. I'm not sure. They're not playing around. I know they're getting prison time. They're getting hard prison time for getting a divorce. And then they said like it's probably like less than one divorce in like thousands of marriages. They show some other countries too where their society frowns upon divorces. So like here in America, it ain't no big deal. It's just like a boyfriend, girlfriend. So in a lot of areas, it's just like a boyfriend, girlfriend, especially like over in Hollywood. You know, they fall in lust. Their bodies like each other. And then when that thrill is gone, and sometimes it'll be gone in one night, that thrill could be gone in a couple of weeks and, few months. That's just their body. So they got married off that feeling of their bodies, and it didn't work. So people try to say marriages don't work. They did it wrong. Marriage is not getting married. Marriages is not going through the ceremony off for just a short feelings. Marriage is a life commitment, and it's life and death. So God look at it as life and death. You're making a blood covenant with God over this, when you say I do. So I think people really need to think twice about it before they get married. Yeah, think about it. It's several countries. Yeah, the divorce rates are very low. Like the governments are not putting up with the divorces, and the society, the friends and the family, anyway, in our society, I'm like, y'all got a divorce? No, we don't do that here. So now, if that's the case, you try even harder before you say I do. You're not just gonna jump in everything. So we very loosey here in America. Just everybody. I can't say everybody. Lots of people just jump in and out of beds with all sorts of people, all sorts of baby mamas, baby daddies, and multiple baby mamas, multiple baby daddies. Yeah, so that thinking down, thinking, I hate when people say, that living with just a reckless life, just putting your body with other people's body, not even any kind of care or concern. See, it's not really frowned upon too much here in America, but in other countries, they're not putting up with that. They're shutting it down. They don't have the same issues that we have here. But all right, so we are going into 2024. Like I said, we're going to leave these things behind. We're leaving these things here. We are not going to take these things with us into 2025. So if y'all got any other things that you think that we need to leave here in 2025, let me know. Drop them down in the comments. Let me know. And let me know what you think about the top 10. I say top 10. It's just Joe's top 10 relationship things that needs to be left in 2024. So if you got any more to add to what I just said, or you got any comments, drop them in there. Send me a message. But other than that, everybody be blessed. Love you. Somebody got to run some little commercials to help us with the show. And well, I'm gonna run this commercial real quick, and I'll be right back.
Attention content creators. Are you tired of struggling to get your work noticed, or are you ready to expand? Look no further than Purpose Inspired TV. We offer a unique opportunity to reach a wider audience by being available on Roku, Fire Stick, Android TV, and more. But it's not just about exposure. Purpose-Inspired TV is dedicated to uplifting, inspiring, entertaining, and educating viewers with positive content. Whether you're a motivational speaker, a musician, an actor, or a comedian, we want to help you share your message with the world. So why limit yourself to social media platforms when you can now be on TV? With Purpose-Inspired TV, you can take your creativity to the next level and make an even bigger impact on your audience. Join Purpose-Inspired TV and start sharing your content on TV today.
She Got the Nerve, by Felisa Darius Skipper. This book is fictional, but factual. Based on my personal life experiences, She Got the Nerve delves into Lila's astonishing journey with wisdom, compassion, and boldness, providing inspiring insights into her mindset and the spirituality that propelled her to become who she is today. Surrounded by drug use and constantly hurt and neglected by her parents, Layla is left alone to suffer a world of sexual abuse, religious ruse, and relationship violence. Through the worst of times, Layla learns to rise above the dangerous lifestyle of the streets she grew up on by allowing the love and guidance of Christ into her life. Looking for a book that takes you on a thrilling emotional roller coaster ride? Well, look no further. She Got the Nerve is the book that will captivate you from start to finish. Get your copy today.
All right. I am back. Just going to be with you for just a few more minutes. We'll let you know what we got going on, in 2025. Purpose-Inspired TV. Purpose-Inspired TV is moving forward. We are under new management. We have a new CEO. And we got new plans of building the channel. So you can be learning more about what we are going to be doing going forward from 2024 and 2025. So if you would like to be a part of Purpose-Inspired TV, you would like to join the staff or want to be part of the production crew, the writing crew, we are expanding, going on all different types of areas to build that TV channel, a channel that's built for the entire globe, not only for local stuff that's going on, statewide, nationwide, and globally. We're working with people all the way over in Africa and Europe. So we are building this channel. We just displayed a commercial for She Got the Nerve, like authors. So we could be working with different authors, doing interviews, bringing their books, getting their information out. You saw the commercials about Donate Life. That's the website, well, not website, the organization that helps with heart, well, not on heart, what's the word? Organ donation. So, helping save lives with organ donation. We got a deacon at our church just life was just spared because he needed a heart. He needed a heart band. He's got a heart, and we just saw what I think it was Christmas that he made a visit to the beach, or Christmas, around Christmas. Anyway, it was just a blessing to see him out walking and about. Yes, I got to go visit him. I got to see this miracle for myself. I've been praying for him, so I got to see what God has done for this man. But it was from the kindness of other people's hearts. Yep, someone knew that their life, they decided to donate life from their loss of life. So we are thankful for that. So we're working with Donate Life. We're working with several other organizations. We're going to be probably playing their commercials. You're going to be seeing more and more of us online. I have more time now that I'm going to be bringing out more content. So you're going to be seeing stuff from Purpose Inspired TV, also my personal page, Joseph Kenneth Reeves, or From the Mind of Little Joe. So again, we're going to be doing a lot of production. Also, we have a graphics company, print and design, Forget Me Nots, ADG, art, design, and graphics. So you're going to be seeing more stuff from that in our shop. We're going to be building out our TV channel Shopify account. We have a lot of stuff for the TV channel and stuff from the graphic shop. We, yes, my wife still, we have the travel agency. So she is planning trips. So you got a trip that you would like to plan, get in contact with us. So there's other things. I don't know why I can't. I'm going to start back doing Bible study. I was doing a Bible study for 7 years. 7 years I did a Bible study every Thursday morning called Thy Kingdom Come. And I'm planning on getting that started back up again. It was hard to keep it going for 7 years. And now it's like when you stop doing something, it seemed like it was easier to keep it going than to stop and try to restart it again. So that's my goal now, is to get that Bible study back going again. I believe it will be on Thursday mornings. And in May, I believe it's going to be streaming live also. I'm praying to see what route to take. We're going to be doing a whole lot more live videos. So we're talking about relationship stuff with my wife, and also doing a show with my niece, KK, Uncle Lil Joe and KK. So we like playing around with the generational gap that we have between us. I'm 53 going on 54, and she is 10 going on 18 in her mind. But it's fun to do shows with her and just to see what comes up. It's so much, it's some knowledge in that 10-year-old brain. So I think it's fun for us working together. Yeah, she like picking at me because of my age. I don't mind. So I don't mind picking at myself. So that's how I can make it through life, just not taking stuff too seriously. I am serious about stuff. I'm serious about life. I'm serious about mission, serious about purpose. I'm serious about helping people, but I don't take too serious about, a lot of people that get all uptight about different things. Life too short to be stressed all out and have heart attacks about different things. Yes, a lot of people do things wrong. A lot of people done things and continue to do things to hurt me. Oh, well, I still have a purpose here. I still have a mission. And I just got to take the lumps and bruises along the way. And also I got some people out there that's looking out for me. I thank God for them. Because I can take the punches and I can take the bruises, but they can't. And they jump up and go take care of situations. So let God send some people like that in your life to help, take care of some of your issues and some of your problems. All right. So I know there's just a fraction. It's so many other things that I'm going to be doing some nonprofit stuff. Yes, I am elder. Like I said, I'm Elder Lil Joe. And I try not to be, I want to be, reachable by everybody. So that's one of the reasons why I call myself Elder Lil Joe. I grew up, they used to call me Lil Joe. So I was, I was just Lil Joe, So like I said, I would like to make myself reachable. I have some people that I'm going to be mentoring. I have a business coach I thank God for. So I have people mentoring me. And in turn, I'm going to be mentoring people. And also as an elder, you're going to be hearing more from the ministerial side. So that's soon to come also. But and I teach a class. I teach two classes. I teach one class on helping people reach and find their purpose, their God-given purpose. We teach that every Sunday. We also teach I teach a multimedia, social media, godly social media class every Wednesday at our ministry, Legacy Ministries, here in Jacksonville, Florida. I talk. Well, I talk about so much stuff. I know some people, they leave there, their brain is hurting. But I was like, I slow it down. Like, I'm telling you about cameras, how to set up the cameras, the lighting, mics. But you know, we do short films. That's not going to be doing some more short films, and I would like to do some feature full-length films, and also writing. I'm going to be doing. You're going to be seeing some books coming from Little Joe. Yes, be on the lookout for some books. So I got a lot of stuff up my sleeve. So God, I just feel like God just keep on depositing all these different things, and I just can't wait to see what God has planned for 2025. So that's also God gives you the idea, but you have to work it out. You have to get with God to work that plan out on how to reach that purpose. So you need God's help. God is not going to do. You got to put in the work. You got to put in the work. So that's what we're here to do, to help you put in the work and reach your goal. Okay. So I think I've talked enough. My mouth is getting dry. I need to go get ready to do the next thing. I always got something else lined up to do. So everybody, be blessed. Until next time, Lil Joe out.